I was saying I have a book up there too, just to kind of organize my thoughts. And I guess I was just trying to say, if I were treated better, I would probably care to make better content. What I would like to do is go out there and engage socially, yes, but also have the freedom like everybody else. And I don't like that I caught X Corporation on YouTube denying me that freedom to, you know, make content without being hovered over or restricted in some sort of way or suppressed, because it is intentional, you know. Antagonization is done, and to justify excuses, you know, behind platform policy, you know, to suppress and silence a person, you know, freedom of a speech, but not reach or whatever. That's just a trick, you know. It's just a. And what's the time limit on that? Where is that in your policy? It's a forever ban is what it is. It's a way to shadow ban consumers unlawfully, without accountability, as you stand on Section 230 that has too much. Provides too much protection for you that's used and abused. But I may like to make trading videos, you know, videos of me trading. I can't even put a video like that up. I can't even put cooking videos up of me on YouTube. So what I was saying was, this isn't a promotional video at all. But I have this other thing here. It's called True Nitrogen. I just took 2 of them. I just want to talk about it. The active ingredient in here is nicotinamide riboside chloride. And it is a synthetic B vitamin. Doctor drew my blood one time and she said, "Oh, your B vitamin count is way too high. You know, way high." I don't think she understood it was a synthetic B vitamin, and I thought I told her, but I you know, she probably had forgotten or something like that. But I don't remember what I came across, but even though the levels had appeared high, or were high, there was some reason why it wasn't harmful at all. It's not like niacin is different. What it's for is nicotinamide riboside is directly converted. You know, it's directly used by to raise your NAD plus levels. Quickly running out of space on my phone. You know, I can't record any videos, but it raises your NAD plus levels. I used to be able to explain it, but your sirtuins feed on NAD. I think NR is converted to nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And your sirtuins, that little machines that clean up your genome, are a part of your epigenome. I think to aid in the repair of telomeres, but they don't lengthen your telomeres. You know, I think it may aid in RNA repair and in, I'll have to look at it, but cell death or autophagy, where cells automatically go through the process of apoptosis, so cell death. I was a biology major. I switched to physics. I wanted to be a geneticist to create the elixir of life, help people live to be forever. But through physics, I have different ideas that the government won't let me participate in until I have a bachelor's degree. They won't let me in their labs, and even with my ideas, they'll probably just say, "Snatch, that's ours. You've got to go. This is too bad. This is too important," or public shouldn't know about this. We already know about stuff like this, and you can't know anything about it either. So I just get to thinking, what's the point, you know? But I don't want to have that attitude, so I'm gonna keep going. No matter how old I am, I'm gonna try to reduce my biological aging, and that can be done with a keto diet and with taking a product like that. I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on that. Go check the facts, go check the science. It's still in the process of it. Once some people say NMN is more bioavailable sublingually. But NMN still has to be converted to nicotinamide riboside. NMN has been patented, and R evidently can't be. It's a synthetic B vitamin, and NMN is more complex to patent. And nicotinamide riboside is like patenting. It's like just trying to patent vitamin B. Can't patent it. You can patent formulations of making it bioavailable, but you can't patent nicotinamide riboside. So it's going to be available to the public forever without a subscription, prescription or whatever. So, and you can actually probably synthesize this in your home legally. There's nothing, no government regulation that's going to stop you from doing that. Not that I've read. Don't quote me on that. Check the facts. I might spend time synthesizing it myself. If I find out it's legal, it probably is. All you'd be doing is creating nicotinamide riboside. So many companies have already done it. There's no patent on it. So that, along with some things that I would like to share, and it may be selfish of me to not do so, but I think I want to practice reserving some of my ideas, journaling about them, writing them down instead of just giving them out, because I think I've had some great ideas, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit at all if some scientists just snatch, pass them off to labs, and even the government themselves. So I feel like I'm tired of, I think I'm underestimated, you know, fairly well. And when you give everybody everything about you, they will run all over you, they will step on you, they won't have any reason to value you unless you keep it to yourself, unless you make something out of it yourself. So I'll keep logs, I'll keep journals, I'll keep some evidence, I'll hide it in some weird ass places, digitized. I'll leave trace evidence behind in case somebody ganks me. I've already done it. Some of that I'll have to remove if I move. But I want to go from, I'm tired of moving around. I'm 38. I'm about to be 39. From here, I want to go and just move into a home, buy my own house, you know. And I kind of live minimally. Don't have a girlfriend. Don't have a car. don't want one until I buy an electric because gas hurts my lungs, and I used to work at a gas station, hate the smell of it, and my work is going to be done mostly online. I've learned to adapt. Yeah, I want a car so I can go and travel and everything. I might get one, but I want an electric. Just not one that somebody can take over control and have me killed. So I'm going to do my research, and I'm just not ready. I want to get myself straight first, like in the head, healthier. And a car is a liability. That's the reality. It's not an asset. Some of us aren't so well off. And I just ended up doing shit backwards and taking too long to develop and to progress. So I'm a late bloomer. It's just the way it is. And my dating material is what I asked myself. That's just what went in my head. I think I am. I think it would depend on the woman. I'm definitely not going to would not be the kind of guy to let her chauffeur me around. No. And I think a woman may take offense to that, or maybe consider it misogynistic. It's not about that. It's about independence. So I would do the work myself. Like if shopping needed to be done, I just wouldn't say anything about it. I would just go do it. I would just go get it done before she gets home. All the grocery shopping, everything we need for the home, I would be the one taking care of the home if I could. I don't like this stigma or this stereotype that a woman should be in the kitchen cleaning the home and everything, picking up the home or whatever and everything. So, and I believe in a cooperative relationship, and I just don't think it's not that I'm not given a chance, it's just that I haven't been ready to go out there and do the work. I haven't met anybody. It's not like there's anybody that's not worth my time. It's not like I wouldn't be a good catch. I personally don't think that I am I mean, I could be ready for a relationship if I wanted to, but it would take a woman saying, let's go, you know? And I would say, okay, I'll change some things. And sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes that's all it takes for a person to change. We are a communal species, period. And there's just a lot of shit that I've let go of just because I don't have anybody in my life. And I'm used to being alone, and I don't want to get permanently used to being alone. And I intentionally come off, and I've done it wrong, but I've put myself in a position where I've gone too far in being the guy that wants to put myself in a position of humility so that I can test and find out where a person is to see whether or not they're going to accept me as I am. And it just ended up making me look bad. I don't care what people think of me too far. In certain regards, but in other regards I think I care too much about what others have. And I'm beginning not to. And my therapist, as I was saying, and psychiatrists want me to stay off of social media. I want to get more done throughout the day. I've been focused because I am doing more. I am doing a little bit more every day. But I'm so focused on the topics that have been on my mind because I see injustice that needs to be resolved. And I just feel like it's a part of what I'm supposed to do, you know? Can't explain it. And it's hard, yeah. But I feel the need to speak out because other people don't see what's going on. But I can only do so much. I can't do it alone. And I'm going to go about my life. I've got more paperwork to fill out. I'm going to finish reporting these platforms. They're going to get reported. I want people to investigate these platforms. I want to see if lawyers are going to take up my case. If not, and I fully expect, inside circles on different organizations where payoffs may have already happened behind my back. Don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but I don't know. But I just know some bad stuff is out there. And I know Musk is worth a lot, but I don't know what he would do. What he's capable of. So, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I pretty much said, and it's just been on my mind in the last like hour. Like, I told Musk, like, don't contact me, anymore again. But yet I'm here mentioning him. But it's only been as a protest. And then I just find myself talking, and I just keep talking, but it's just because there's still the human side of me, and I want the CEO to see it, is what I'm saying. If there's anything there at all inside the guy, because I wouldn't understand it if there wasn't, So yeah, I still mean it, but, and that's for private contact, but over DM, if it were like, hey, I understand you've had some issues on these platforms, on this platform, let's address it, or I want to, apologize on behalf of X Corporation, or what's going on, what do you feel like is going on with the algorithm, why do you feel suppressed, or whatever, or explain what's going on, or something like that, or like, hey, I understand you feel like that we have, which is true, what's going on, denied your data, yeah, something like that, anything, but nothing, so it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand, and I have everything I want and need. I am fully self-sufficient. I am okay with making it my own, on my own, like I don't understand, like, it's disgusting to me, the thought of, so I'm not looking for any kind of payout, any kind of major lawsuit, with what I've seen in the past. When I ran the trace route on the hostname and IP that hacked me, it crossed through the FBI. Later I zoomed in and saw that. So not long after the attack. So that means my traffic was already hijacked by the FBI. So I don't know if that was during or after the attack. I don't know if it was like I was attacked and the FBI had hijacked me because they had noticed the attack. So I don't know the timeline. All I know is that I noticed the hack. I have a keen intuition into it, so whoever tries to hack me, not a good idea. Not a good idea, because I've caught it almost every time. I can just feel it. I can't explain it. Like, I can feel it in the keyboard. I can see it on a screen, and there's nothing there. But I can tell. I can tell when something's not right. And it's really weird, because the last time I got up and just pulled out my Ethernet cable, and then my PC shut down because I was on Tails. Sure enough, I look at my Tails persistence. It's mounted over the network. I caught the hack just because of very subtle changes. I've worked with computers that long, so I'm a technician. All I'm missing is the programming languages. Now I just need to go learn them all. That's what those books are for. And I will be a force to be reckoned with if people will continue to mess with me. So don't play around with me. Somebody hacked me, somebody got on my phone, and I believe it's from they're a member of a corporation. Based on the subtle hints within the material of the video, the type of material, the material that was in the video that is displayed via animation, I would consider it 4D animation or animation, like CGI. It was CGI is what it was. It was CGI. Somebody used at the very least an NVIDIA GPU that was really powerful, up to date, an Intel processor or an equivalent. I mean, you could do it with an Intel processor like the one that I have, but it would take some time, and actually it wouldn't be that hard, probably. I mean, it would be. I don't know. No, you would need a set of tools I'm not completely familiar with. You would need some that I will be familiar with, but I'm guessing NVIDIA. It was like Stable Diffusion, Animate, Diff, but different. It was like the background was contrasted out, like the being had been cut out, you know, the opacity, and there was definition. There was, you know, and the being was looking at my screen, and overlaid on the screen was what you use to train AI. Okay, all these different shapes for noise. Interference, or what's the word? You take noise and you process it through a bunch of different shapes. A diffusion model. It was like AI looking at what it's trained with, and like it was a message to me as I was making fun of the oligarchs, calling them names, because I was mad about where the state of AI was going. Because I felt like it was going in a way where they're just hitting the go button and trying to rush towards AGI. What then? Think it's going to be your friend? No. And I think we have some corporate minds that are mad at me for mentioning my construct of organic superintelligence, where we take a pause. And we create what I call the Q brain, or the human neural network, which is full body. Starting with what's called the Q brain. And the construct involves certain computing and printing methodology. And the algorithmic hashing. to essentially check the images of the creation before upload. There's a lot more to the details, and my construct is possible. And there's a lot more I have envisioned. Using nanosynthetic and waves. Could literally levitate a person. Not that a person would be a good choice, but with a field of energy. With your mind. But you need a suit. And maybe special organs. And I wrote this down and said, this is mine. Don't touch. Oops, I didn't mean to say anything about it. But it's too late, so it's out there. And I explained the condition I have. And I claimed copyright. And I said to take these ideas would be to exploit the disabled. So, if anything exactly like my construct comes out, or if I get disappeared because it wants to come out, or somebody wants to bring it out, well, you know where it came from. Because it can't be created and work at all, unless it's done exactly like I had explained. Yeah, first generation would then need to develop a few more things. So I have work to do.